Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for the return of TTR Friday. Unfortunately, our quizmaster, Mr. Billy, is poorly. So we wish him all the best and a speedy recovery, of course. I'm sure he'll be fighting fit again at the weekend. So he just needs a bit of rest, and I'm sure he'll be back fighting fit. So tonight, you have to put up with the three of us. So obviously, there's no Billy's quiz, but there is a quiz. There is questions that will be asked to whoever decides to come onto the fan forum. Now, listen, the fan forum tonight will be a little bit different. I'll put the link up every now and again. First come, first served. But what you have to do is, it's kind of an express fan forum. So you've got 1 point to make, and then we talk about that, and that's it. So 1 point, and then we'll see if you're brave enough to answer a question to win a prize. There is members giveaways as well tonight as well, and that will be the continuation moving forward. We're running low, it has to be said, on gifts, so we are desperately trying to find prizes, etc. I've got loads of books somewhere, Keegan books and things like that, but we will find them. But if you do enjoy the show tonight, guys, as usual, please do give it the thumbs up. And, of course, if you're new and you like what you see, why not subscribe? It is free to do so. And, of course, hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we upload any videos and we schedule in the live shows. Of course, you can become a member of the Toon Review by hitting the join button just underneath the three of us. And, of course, you can donate to the channel if you do so wish by hitting that $ which is just underneath the live chat. And you'll get your comment read straight out, or you're guaranteed to get it read out, I should say. So there you go. Good evening to my two co-hosts tonight.
All right.
Hello, how are we doing?
Yeah, we are. Well, groovy, I think is the word. Of course, ahead of the ladies' final tomorrow. That will be live right here on the Toon Review. We are doing a match. We've got two tomorrow, 2 match day lives. The ladies' final, and then England versus Brazil with Billy and Alex tomorrow evening. So there is 2 watch-alongs on the show, on the channel tomorrow. So very excited about that. I'm more excited about the women's final, to be honest, than I am at England. That's just the way it is. I just want some silverware for Newcastle United. And Ryan says, I don't know how I feel about your new glasses, Paul. Well, thank you very much for that. That's a lovely thing to say, Ryan, you stupid French Canadian. That's because you don't know fashion, mate. French Canadians don't have a fashion sense.
I mean, he did on that mustache for a little while, didn't he?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, it wasn't exactly a mustache, was it, Alex? It was more like the old bum fluff, to be honest. He's struggling.
You've taken that harshly, Paul.
Well, you know what? I'm not sure whether I like them yet, because they're not really the kind of glasses that I go for. But
he's going to put them in the bin after the show now, guys. Well done.
No, I spent too much on them just to go in the bin, but they may be going back to Specsavers for a different pair. But yeah, you are a very, very strange bunch, you French Canadians, I have to say. No fashion sense. In fact, you all look like Stig of the Dumps, as far as I'm concerned, or anybody that associates themselves with Ryan Room. But there you go. Now, Sam, you haven't been on for, obviously, your last show was the How Are the Lasses, which was a massive hit. And we are certainly going to move that forward every week now, with various guests, etc. However, we haven't spoke to you about Sven Botman yet. And of course, something that seems to thank you for your super chat, Spoons. They do look a bit small for your heat, Paul.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to just.
Anything you want to say there, Sam? Just a break out in laughter at that comment?
No, I think you look magnificent, Paul. Rock them.
You're a terrible liar.
Here they all come.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's not like I haven't had them for a week. I mean, I've had them on every bloody show I've been on this week, and now suddenly, just because this stupid scruffy French Canadian picks it up, everyone comes at me. Bollocks to you.
No way. Can you not rotate them with the free pair that you got from Specsavers?
You forgot about that.
Sorry, what was the question? This week,
Nothing.
Right.
12th Man Toon, thank you for your super chat. Guessing the glasses are going to the same graveyard the cap went to. There's nothing wrong with me cap either. What is wrong with
You brought back TTR Friday, and people are just going in from like the first second.
Well, it will soon be taken off the air again. If I keep getting calls, I will just shut my camera off and let you two deal with the show. And that'll put you two on the spot, especially Alex, because he'll have to control it all. Queen Mary, Queen of Hearts. Good evening, Mary. Thank you for your super chat. Welcome back to TTR Friday. Most of all, welcome to Friday Night Mayhem. Hope you're ready, Sam. Well, clearly she is ready. You go. She's insulted the boss already, and shocking. Thank you for your sympathy, Claire. I don't believe you for 1 second, though. Matt says hello, everyone on the Toon Review. Nice to catch a live show, indeed, Matt. Luke's saying, "Where's Billy? He's poorly tonight, so he can't join us." Time and Tide says, "As long as you can see through the feckin' things." Well, that's the problem. They're a little.
Why did you say that in an Irish accent?
Didn't?
I went a little bit Irish there.
3,333 times. There's a situation here. Look, what I will say is they're a little bit thinner around my eyes, which means I can see more out of the sides of them, which is causing me a little bit of dizziness. But that is my illness, not the fact that I'm dizzy.
No, don't do that, because then we can't make fun of you. That's not fair. You link it back to the illness,
exactly why
and then
I
it
said
cuts off any banter. You do that.
No. Tom says, how to upset a French Canadian? Say tabernacle, apparently.
Do I want to know what that means?
I really don't. David Knight, thank you for your super chat. Need some giant Simon Jordan specs. Thank you very much, David. By the way, this is TTR Friday. We will, of course, it is football-based, but it's banter-based as well. So, we're just starting the weekend with a good laugh. That's what TTR Friday is all about. And dare you actually come on live when I put the link up. You get one thing to say, 1 point to make, and then you'll fail at the questions.
I want Sam's jacket. I forgot that existed.
Yes, I know. Yeah, she does have quite a decent array of merchandise, doesn't she?
Yeah, that brings back memories of earlier on in the season when it was all hopeful and we were playing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Way back when.
Luckily, it went to shite, so I got it cheap.
Well, there you go. That explains a lot.
Silver linings.
Yes, I'll wait till the price drops around 20 quid.
Absolutely.
And then yeah. Typical bloody woman. Shouldn't have said that. I'll get the. Oh, here they come.
Oh.
We're cancelled now. There you go.
Bets are off.
Absolutely. Jules, thank you for your super chat. It's really insulting. Paul looking like a proper old teacher. Thank you. Jordy Rick, thank you for your super chat, buddy. Get well soon, Billy. Love how Sam already takes the piss out of Paul. Already, Paul Stato and Sam will do a show on the new FFP rules they're trying to push through.
They got to figure out what they bloody are first.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, they don't even know. So how can we do a show on it yet? So, but I'm sure we will. Rob, thank you very much. That is the first decent comment of the night. I do appreciate that. Simply saying, leave Paul alone. Did you manage to use the music on your quiz, Paul? If I can help, drop me an email. Not yet, but it will be next week. It will be there next week. Don't worry.
What is that pen you're using?
Well, it's not a pen, Sam. It's because my pen exploded, and I've only got the little ink thing now. So,
wow.
I need to buy myself a couple. Well, I've got pens next door, obviously, but I just need something to fiddle with.
Looks like it belongs to a borrower. You're 6'5", Paul.
Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. Rachel says, evening. I hadn't noticed your glasses before now. I'm normally just making sure I've got my contacts in or I can't see anyone at all. Well, I think I might start wearing my contact lenses on every show. Then, bollocks to it all. Darren's heading off to Luton tomorrow for the final. Nice one, Darren.
We've got Josh there now, actually. Nice one, Josh. That's a hell of a trip to support.
Yeah, absolutely. He's come over from Philly, hasn't he? Old Four Eyes having a meltdown. Only joking, Paul. You look quite cute, says Mick. There's no need for that. There isn't any near that. Kev says, red wine for Sam, beer for Alex, glasses, cleaning cloth for Paul.
Cheers to that.
Honestly. Easy with the terrible Irish accent, Paul, says Cider Reader. Look, it wasn't me that brought that up. It was him next to us. You could put some elastoplast round the cell and do a Jack Duck with. Glasses are the new six-pack, Paul. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, hench then.
Susan, if you're watching by any chance, can you try and back me up in the comments here and just say that, you actually thought they looked good when No,
she'll be worse than we will.
No, absolutely not, because she was the one that told me I suited them. Because I can't decide for myself anymore. Cynical Jim says, I never understand why Paul wears his headphones on a pre-recorded morning show on his own. Well, Cynical Jim, the reason I put the headphones on is because I can hear the audio in one of my ears. So I know that the audio is good while I'm recording. Otherwise, I'd have to wait until going into the edit and then edit it to find out that the audio is wrong and have to go back and record the whole thing. So I hope that puts your mind at rest, Cynical. It's the audio I've got in one ear. I can hear myself, and I know the audio is coming through fine. That is why. Good evening. 12-man Toon, thank you for another super chat. Paul, does that number on the Toon shirt behind you signify how many accessories you sent to your trendy graveyard? Anyway, Sam, I want to bring a bit of anger out in you tonight. So we'll start off with Mike Ashley Sue and Newcastle United, shall we? Over this JD Sports issue. What's your feelings on it?
Sorry, I did need a sip of wine before I went on this. Like, stuff Ashley, stuff Sports Direct. Shame on him. I'm disappointed in you for bringing this up early because I was quite excited for the show and you've started me off on this note about this arrogant prick. Sorry, apologies, but that's what it is. Yeah. And getting more money out of the fans that he's already let down so greatly to push NUFC shirts and merch. Absolutely not. What's he going to do? Like, give away like a free Sports Direct bag with his mate Cabbage Patch's face on it or something? Like, honestly, if that happens, I think we need to be like the French and set fire to something. Like, I'm absolutely furious about it. If it does come off, which I don't think it will, and luckily we can step away from it because it looks like it's a distributor thing with Adidas rather than a club decision, but I bet they're all laughing their asses off in the boardroom right now, and rightfully so.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. I've just seen a comment from Terry McCarthy which has offended me greatly.
Oh, I thought it was that one.
No, you can take that off the screen, you stupid.
Did you put that on, Alex?
Stop.
No, magic.
Alex, I've already warned you about
wizardry.
The sack. Yes. This.
Ooh.
Oh.
I mean, that's a bit far.
Yeah, even.
I'd prefer to be called Potato Head than Steve Bruce.
No, I'm sorry, but I am in two minds whether to just ban you, Terry, for that comment. You disgusting man. Ian Spoons, thank you for your super chat. Says, Paul just wants something to fiddle with. Is the comment of the day. Send me the link, big lad. Emily wants to catch a rom-com film, so I'm on a time limit. I don't care about your time limit. It's the show. We will do it when it comes to that part of the show. Don't you be pushing me into making decisions that aren't ready to make. Sam, carry on.
Is this defensive tone about the glasses?
No, not at all.
Not related at all.
Anyway, I think that was a good little break from my rant, actually, because, as you can probably tell, I'm absolutely foaming about it. And I'm so pleased that, again, it's out of our hands, because I can just imagine TalkSport charming in, going on how childish NUFC are off the back of the Dan Ashworth crap as well. So it's a bit of grit, and yeah, we're having to clear up everything from the wake of him. So yeah, so pleased that this isn't happening. So please stick to Slazenger.
I have a point, by the way, based on Sam's comments.
Stick to Slazenger.
We don't condone violence, not violence, arson, not violence. Well, both. I think we kind of implied both. And second point, I found a snood on the website, but it's Castore, not NUFC, so I don't want it anymore. I was really happy, really excited to see that we had a snood in stock, and it's not really a proper snood, it's a Castore one. So yeah, don't worry, guys.
Mrs. Toon Review is in the chat. Don't start on her. I saw that Magpie Exile making a comment saying, I think Susan needs Specsavers. Paul looks amazing as ever. Don't listen to them, Paul. You see, there you go. I have just seen, do you know what? Somebody has made an account up and sent in a super chat in the name of Paul's old glasses. I'm also offended I was thrown in the bin. Well, for one, facts are you're wrong because they're in my glasses case and I haven't thrown them away. So stick that up your pipe. But thank you for the super chat. Oh, come on.
That was creative.
That's ridiculous. He looks like Ashley without the glasses, not Bruce. I mean, I'm on the edge, guys. I'm on the edge now. Ruffy-eyed Bernician, Paul, very debonair and suave with the glasses. Yeah, well, we know that he talks sense. Paul will sit on his glasses next week and have his old ones on again. That may come sooner rather than later. But there you go. Now, Shamed by Stato is coming back tonight as well, guys. And we have a new little jingle for him, which Susan has made. And also, Tickle, something called, well, it's going to be my little segment, is Tickling the Time Bomb, which is just something that is pushing me to the edge. Now, I may change that tonight, given some of the comments that are coming in right now. We haven't done one for Sam yet. So I'm leaving it to the viewers to decide what Sam's little segment should be on TTR Friday. So we've got Billy's Beef, we've got Shame by Stato, we've got Tickling the Time Bomb for me. What should we have for Sam? Let's get some decent stuff in the chat now and see what we can do for Sam. So Susan can get on with a little animation jingle for Sam for next week. So I'm intrigued by who Stato shames this week. That's an Isak says I'm going to put money on Paul being the new Bond. Why am I getting the shit tonight?
I thought it was that other guy from Kick-Ass, wasn't it? I think he's the guy that's been linked with it.
Oh, really?
Well, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, isn't it?
That's him, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was in Godzilla as well.
I just can't buy into that because there's like some kids rom-com thing. Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging is a movie for kids. What? And he was in that when he was a teenager, and I can't picture him as a man being Bond. I just picture him with a Justin Bieber fringe. Can't do it. Just can't do it. It's got to be Henry Cavill. It's got to be Henry Cavill, hands down.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
listen.
Moving away from Bond.
No. Hey, listen. We're on the subject. We may as well discuss it. Henry Cavill should be Bond. There is no doubt about it. He is my man crush. There's no doubt about it. I think he's brilliant. Not that way, Sam. I just think he's a brilliant actor. He was brilliant in Man of Steel. Should never have lost that job, to be honest. Spoons is back again, saying Sam's new hairdo has a new one every show. Well, don't most ladies like to have the, the hair in different? At least she's
playful. Yeah. It.
It's like just sort of. It's one of those. It looks like just
careful.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, stop when there's resistance. Just stop.
Absolutely, yeah. Andy says the thing is, why aren't we selling our kits at Sports Direct? Surely we're losing money by not doing that. I hate Ashley as much as the next man, but money is money, especially considering FFP.
Don't care.
I'm not sure it's down to them, isn't it? To do with an Adidas or a distribution thing.
It's Adidas. They've got to deal with JD Sports or something, haven't they? And that's where the problem is.
It's just what it is. What it is. It's.
Toon Gamer, thank you for your super chat. Do you think we will have to sell to buy in the summer?
Yes.
Yes. I don't think anybody's in any doubt about that. But yeah, Adidas basically have a deal with JD Sports, and look, as far as I'm concerned, having Adidas on our side is far better than not having Adidas on our side. Adidas are sold all over the globe, and Sports Direct, well, they just aren't. Stick to Lonsdale and as Slazenger and that kind of stuff, as Sam said, and we will just, move on with a proper company other than Castor, who have been an absolute disaster. To be honest.
And don't you think as well, Paul, when it comes to, because it is a fair point, we obviously need money, but equally so, whatever we would have gained from Sports Direct will massively outweigh that with Adidas's reach globally.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
So good riddance.
He's just been an arse. Tom says Sam's segment should be Sam Says.
Lady Sam says.
Spikes is Sam's Snarl.
Ooh.
Oh, do you snarl much, Sam?
I can do. I've been known to.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't have to be an angry segment. It could be like whatever
Yeah,
you want.
Feels
but the
right.
TTR viewers like angry segments, Alex. It's got to be, just anger. Sam's hope for the future. Yano says Sam's wine. Mary says Sam's sauce.
Steady on, Mary.
Yeah, Mary just going the wrong way completely with that. Rob says Sam's rant. I do actually like Sam's wine because you can change it into WHINE, can't you? So Sam can be whining about something.
I think that was what they were thinking, yeah, Paul.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just stating it, right? Graham says Lady Sam loves. We'll not go there. Tsunami Sam.
Oh.
Tsunami Sam. Geordie Rick says Paul looks okay with the glasses. I wore glasses. Stop picking on glasses, people. Then again, it's funny. Yeah, you just insult.
Quick U-turn at the end of that.
Wow.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a super chat in from Sam's wine glass. Thank you very much for that. Cheers, TTR family. I think I need a top up. So we've even got Sam's wine glass in the chat tonight, which is mental, really. Really, Sam's smooch. Steven says Sam's spotlight.
After hours.
Absolutely. Bath goes saucy Sam.
We need
there's
to
some
stop
sick
with
minds
the
out there.
saucy Sam.
It's
We need to
terrible.
stop.
Troll says Sam's segment, women's team, and what annoys or excites her about them and what's going on. Well, that's called Tuesday night, Trolls. Go on, Alex.
Where am I going?
I don't know, but I just heard a pug.
A pug?
Oh.
I did hear a little.
No.
Listen, I'm very sensitive to
me.
pug noises now. So,
For sure you're not a pug.
Oh, can I just quickly say on the pug note, because the whole pack is sleeping around me.
Yeah.
But for the bands, look what we got for tomorrow.
Oh my God. You're dressing your pugs up in them. You shouldn't do that because Susan is already buying pajamas for the puppies.
I mean,
well,
no,
it's secret's out now. She's probably already got the website open, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get yourself on the reduced.
Jimmy's in the chat. Sam's hair is beautiful.
Yeah.
You crooner. Claire says Daniel Craig was in some weird indie films before Bond and fans had a meltdown when he was cast, and then look what happened there. Yeah, he was excellent. He actually was in a brilliant film called Munich. I don't know whether anybody's seen that. It was absolutely superb. Geordie Ricks, thank you for another super chat. He says, Sassy Sam says. That's too complicated for me to say. Never mind bloody putting it on the TV. Steamy Sam says Kevin. Michael says Joe Linton should be the new Bond. He is as cool as a cucumber. Ange says it should be called How a Pet with Sam.
Like.
Johnny says Lady Sam's royal fuck-ups. Well, unless he must be talking about
my personal ones.
No, well, we could hear your personal
my
ones.
air and my dirty laundry now.
John Sinclair is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. John Sinclair is in the chat. And thank you for your super chat, John. Hey, Paul, Alex, and Sam. Hope you're well. Long time. Try to join in the fan forum if there's room for me to join in. Stay safe, bro. Thumbs up. Thanks, John. Well, the link is going up in just a second, and then it'll be taken off again because we'll get a couple of people on, then we'll move on to a new segment, and then we will bring the forum back again. Lots of people going for Henry Cavill for Bond, by the way. That's so people do have sense out there.
Quick question: Didn't he die in the last one?
He did.
For anybody who hasn't watched it yet,
don't watch the last Bond. That's how it ends.
Shh. It's the wine. Sorry.
Basically, he gets bland to shit.
It's been out long enough. You should have watched it.
Well, absolutely.
Sorry.
It has been. Yeah, absolutely. Wait, it's been out ages, hasn't it?
I didn't even know going into that movie because it was during the pandemic, I think, wasn't it, or just after it, or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. I went into the theater, the movie theater, whatever we call it. What do we call it? Cinema. Forgot my English there. I was mortified. I didn't know that it was going to end like that. I was absolutely mortified.
Is it going to be a prequel then, do you think, Alex?
Maybe.
No idea. I haven't really read into it.
Yeah. Tom Hardy for Bond, says Adam.
Nah, he's too rough and rugged.
I'd be up for that.
He's an amazing actor, but I don't think he suits
Please
Bond.
explain what you mean by David Knight. Thank you for your super chat. John Sinclair equals legend and Fire Mam Sam. That's too complicated to say. Fire Mam Sam. And I'm not calling her mom like she's the queen, right? That's just not happening. Especially after
you'll notice that my tag is Lady Sam, thanks to the new graphic. Mm-hmm. I'm here for it, and this name was bestowed by yourself, leader of the channel.
Rachel Pedley, thank you very much for your super sticker. Very kind. Right. Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not pinning the link, by the way. It's just going in the chat. So, once it's there and it's disappeared, it's gone. So get ready if you want to be the first couple on tonight, because if you're not on this segment, I'll just chuck you off and away we go again. There you go. It's in the chat now, the link. So first come, first served. Who will it be? That is the question. Who will it be? Matthew says Sean Bean for Bond. That's just not happening.
Well, he was 006. So was it 6? I think it was 6. He was already one of the 00s.
Yeah. First guest on tonight we have is Bazza Brush. Paul, good evening.
Whoa. All right, lads.
How are you doing? There's lads and lass. Yes, indeed.
Good save.
What is your point for tonight?
Honestly, mate, I don't know. I'm just shared for the vibes. It's Toon Review Friday, innit?
Well,
living for it.
It is. Tony, thank you very much from All Black and White TV. Thank you for your super chat. I will be at Luton to cheer the lasses on. Awesome stuff, my friend. Awesome stuff. Well, I mean, if you haven't got a point to make, Paul, why don't I just ask you a question?
Let's go.
Because, hang on, I need to find where the answers are first, just so I know what I'm doing here. Because if I ask you a question, I've got to know the answer, haven't I? So let me just, where are we at here? Quiz answers. But that's not the quiz I'm looking at.
While Paul's sorting his life out, who's the next Bond?
Who's that guy who plays Loki?
Oh
yeah, he's decent.
Tom Huddleston.
Yes.
No, he's a footballer.
No, he's a footballer.
Tom Hiddleston. That's him.
Yes, him.
Excellent shout. Did you see that? Did you see the Jaguar advert with all of the British villains in it and stuff? That was class. So
I like that.
Yes, I can see that. Love that shout.
You know what, I think some of these that we're talking about might be a little bit too old, because some of the stuff they've got to do nowadays, considering half of them insist on doing their own stuff. Like, I think some of them, Idris Elba's getting on a little bit. Henry Cavill, I guess, is a bit younger, but he's not in his 20s anymore. They're all, I don't know, if you're going to get them jumping off cranes and stuff like Daniel Craig did in his first movie, you just get doubles, I guess.
Right.
It's not Bond.
Paul, you have to answer. You have to get 2 right in a row, right? So if you get the first one wrong, you're gone. All right? Here is your first question. Which player appeared in more career games for Newcastle? Was it David Craig, Frank Hudspeth, Alf McMichael, or Frank Clark?
Bloody hell, mate, I'm not 70. David Craig, I'm going to say.
That is wrong, but thank you very much, Paul, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
So there you go. Josh!
Hey, guys.
Calling from some random hotel?
Yep, calling from Luton.
Yeah, there's not very well. Luton hotels have been on the news a lot in this country. I don't know whether you knew that before you came over, but there's, I mean, no. I would definitely make sure your door is double locked on a nighttime. Put it that way.
Got it. Paul, he's there, man. Now he doesn't need to know.
Well, yes, he does. To be honest, because I say so.
Yeah, you're right. You do need to know.
Josh, have you got a point to make tonight, or do you just want the questions?
I'll fail miserably in a second, but I do have a point. I just wanted to I'm so excited to see the first competitive game for any Newcastle. I saw them in preseason, and real quickly, because that was a baby point, I would think. I found out something really cool this week as I was talking to an aunt before I came here, and it turns out I have
what a little ant, a fire ant?
My relative. Sorry, the first point was a baby point, and then I changed points. Sorry. Anyways, my aunt told me she's really into ancestry, and it turns out I have an ancestor from like the early 1800s that was from the Quay side, and I had no clue about this.
Whoa. Quayside. Not the quiz. You Americans, you have to disrupt our language, don't you? You know, we taught you everything we know, and now you've come up with Quayside. I mean, that's as bad as Adam Pearson calling it Mollynox when we went to Wolves. I'm not having it. Quayside.
Did he actually say that? Oh,
yes.
Oh, Adam.
Yeah, anyways. He had a Castor with that. Yeah.
But I couldn't believe that. I found out like 2 days before I came. So it a small world, and
absolutely,
I said maybe that's what kind of drew me home to support Newcastle was the blood.
Maybe.
Well, hey, that's good stuff. By the way, there's something very scary going on in the green room because I'm seeing the Toon Trader on twice. I don't know what's going on there.
Is he?
But that's a little scary.
Oh God, he is as well. How's he managed that?
I don't know, but anyway, Josh, your questions. Are you wanting to take part or not?
I'll take part. I'm happy to make an idiot of myself for.
Yeah, well, I hope you don't win because it costs a fortune to post out there. So, anyway,
give it to me tomorrow.
Hey, I'm sitting commentating on the game, mate.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, here we go. Your first question. You've got to get 2 in a row.
Gotcha.
Federico Fernandez was shown 10 yellow cards in the 2019-20 Premier League season. Is that A, true, or B, false?
1920, you said?
1920 season, yeah.
Okay. I think that's true.
It's false. Josh, nice to see you. Have a cracking day tomorrow, buddy, and safe trip home as well.
Yes, thanks, guys. Bye.
Away the lasses. Have a good one.
Have a good one, buddy. Good night. Right, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to keep everybody who's on, even when we just go to another segment, we'll keep them in the green room. So you will get your chance, guys. Everybody in the green room now will get their chance tonight. But first of all, we need to bring on, hang on a minute, because the green room's very confusing at the minute. So we will have everybody brought on. Spoons, good evening.
Thank God for that.
Well, yes. I mean, thank God for that. What's your point tonight?
Well, first of all,
do you have one?
I've got several points, but I'm going to...
No. You see, it's 1 point only.
Yeah, but no, all right, it's not a point. It's a statement. It's a statement. 3 statements. 2. No, first statement is, where the fuck have you been? Paul, I haven't seen you for ages, mate.
Man, I've been here in front of the camera.
I know you have, and I've been watching you and everything, but I've not been on here for very long. So I said to Emily tonight, I went, I know you want to watch a rom-com, and obviously I am a very romantic man.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? You just go, what
by the way, Sam, is this your father?
Ah, the Iron Fist of Bradley. Hey, Dad.
Oh, I mean, that's a bit strong, isn't it? I mean, he has made a couple of comments before as well, Sam. So, yeah, he's been on.
He said hello when you weren't on last week.
When you weren't on last week.
Does Bradley know as much about Newcastle as Sam does? That's the question I want to know.
Oh God, he'll be raging at that comment. Get yourself on, Dad. We'll have a debate.
Come on, Bradley. Grow a pair of balls. I'll be honest with you. I've had a few.
Interesting.
Anyways, second comment was nice to meet you, Sam. I've not met you before. And when I said you've got different hairstyles every time you came on, that was a compliment. I thought
I took it as a compliment.
I know you did. But like the lad there with the really small glasses. he thought he wouldn't. Anyhow, go on. What no, do you want to comment? Do you want to comment about Newcastle?
Yeah, well, if you've got one.
Preferably.
I have, yeah. No, I have. Now, I want to bring up the fact that how over the top is everyone going about Bruno's interview where he actually said
absolutely.
But he actually said really, really good things about Newcastle and stuff that all of us are saying. You know, we have underperformed this year because of certain reasons. He loves the club. He loves the city. He loves being a Geordie. Get a grip, man. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, Oh, he's going to leave. Do you know when he's going to leave? When
the poor journalism, they've clipped it up.
Terrible journalism, as usual, Mike. As usual.
Alex, we say it over and over and over again. Like these, like, you know, the people who are reporting on this, it's clickbait and it's shite, and it gets on my nipple ends. The how pathetic they are. If we had people like yourself and like Paul, I would say like me, but I wouldn't last 10 minutes.
No, I wouldn't go that far. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people who ask proper questions. Our local journalists, to be fair to them, I think they do try and push him a little bit, but obviously they've got to play the game as well, you know.
Yeah, absolutely,
you know, But it's real piss poor journalism, and what upsets me the most about it is these supposed fans of Newcastle all jump on board and all shit the knickers because they you know, or they're probably not Newcastle fans, are they? Half of them, you know what I mean? But anyway, that was my point.
Well said, mate. Well said. Now, do you want to take part in the quiz? Are you up for it?
Of course I do. I don't mind getting them. I knew the answer from before, by the way.
Well, that's good because it's not the sixth question you're getting, so it doesn't really matter.
Damn.
Father Pickles. I'm calling him Father Pickle now. I don't know what's going on.
Father Pickle, yes.
Do you really want that? I've been in the pub from 4, so as Lady Sam knows, I'm always right.
He's been in the office. Nice, Dad.
You're late, Bradley.
Right, your first question, Mr. Spoons.
Yeah.
Which player scored 2 goals in the 1993-94 domestic league? Was it Robbie Elliott, Barry Venison, Kevin Scott, or Steve Watson?
Steve Watson.
That is correct. So, you need this for a prize. Who made 40 appearances in all competitions in 2011-2012? Was it Danny Simpson, Ryan Taylor, Fabrizio Collicini, or Mike Williamson?
Not Mike Williamson. Give us the options before.
Danny Simpson, Ryan Taylor, Fabrizio Collicini, or Mike Williamson?
Did Collicini get injured that year?
When did he do his back doing that funny backflip?
Like, don't. No, but this. See, I know it's Collicini now.
Mind games.
Alex is trying to put us on Collicini.
Hey, I don't know. I've not arranged this with Paul. I don't know what he's got written down.
I was going to go Ryan Taylor, but he's put us off. Collicini.
Right, it was actually Danny Simpson, but never mind. Hey!
Even if I'd have won that prize, do you know what it is? I wouldn't have took it. I would have let somebody else have it because I've had too many prizes off you, mate.
You're just a gentleman. You're just a gentleman.
Love to see us.
Are you going to the West Ham game?
Yeah, no, I'm in Tenerife. We'll go to Tenerife next Friday.
Very nice.
But I'm home and away, Paul. You know me, home and away, mate.
Nah. Well, you take care of yourself and enjoy your rom-com and give our love to the wife.
Good to see you, lads.
Good night. So there you go. Spoon's almost winning. Right, we've got some very interesting guests on still in the green room, so stay there, guys. But it is now time for this, ladies and gentlemen. It's Shamed by Stars.
Who was that?
That's the new James Bond, apparently.
No, it's bloody well
God.
done. Hey, I mean, listen. What the thing is, when Susan does these little things, right? She makes me and Billy look like absolute idiots, and then when she does Sam or she does Alex, they just look like they do in bloody real life. And well, apart from that one, I think that was a bit too posh. But there you go.
It was fine, but it doesn't really look like me. But
it does, Alex. It really does look like you. Anyway, who are you shaming this week, Alex?
I mean, it's 3 guesses. It's not that hard. Gareth Southgate.
That's a surprise.
So, I mean, Sam's not heard my Southgate rants before. I'm not sure. I don't think she has.
Get your stakes in the emojis, guys. Get your stakes out.
I know there are people who obviously aren't England fans in the chat. There are a lot of people that are Newcastle fans that even people from Britain and the UK that aren't England fans. Obviously, we've got a lot of Scottish supporters and stuff. But
yeah,
I just can't be arsed with him. I think he's just succumbed to media pressure with the Kobe Mainu call up. And I feel really, really guilty for shaming him on that because it's nothing against the kid. He's a very talented player with a decent technical level, a very good technical level. He will play for England. He does look good enough. He's got a lot of decent skill sets that we're lacking in that midfield. But it's just a cop-out. It's pressure from the media. It's pressure to get it right. I just want him gone. Get him out before the tournament. It's just ridiculous. He's got Jordan Henderson still in the squad. I hate it's completely disrespectful to two players, James Ward-Prowse and Ross Barkley this season, who have been very, very decent for West Ham and Luton. And it's a complete cop-out. It's the fact he's a Manchester United player. And again, it's nothing personal on him. He's a good player. Well, he's more than a good player. But some Man United fans with the peer pressure in the media saying he's generational and all of this. He's played like 10 matches. Let's calm down. It's just so over the top. And I feel so sorry for Ross Barkley and for James Ward-Prowse, who have done really, really well this season. They offered good skill sets. They've offered consistency in two decent teams. Well, I'll say decent teams, not Luton, although we can't really talk because they've done very well against us this year.
I blame you for that, Alex, for that disgusting preview you did.
Ross Barkley,
Kenilworth Road.
Ross Barkley in midfield, he's been able to move into a deeper role and dictate, be physical, pass under pressure, have the skill set to play that position in a deeper role if we need to play in a double pivot or if he needs to play as a lone six. Has he got it at international level? He's probably not going to win us a World Cup being the starter in that position. Yep. But as a squad player, if there's anything happens to Rice halfway through a tournament, he's an option. I don't think Mainoo's ready. I don't think it's right. I think it's silly. I think Mainoo is going to be in the England squad. I just think this was just rushed. It's completely rushed. Put him through the development phases. It's just ridiculous. You've got Harvey Elliott, who, to be fair, I'm not a huge fan. I think he's a great player, but he had to play today at lunchtime against Azerbaijan in the under-21 squad. Yeah. Although they've renamed that as well because they just like to be ridiculous at the FA. They're like, oh, it's now called the Elite Development England squad. It's not called the U21s. That's fine. The rest of world football are going to call it U21s. You're going to call it something different because you think you're special. And it's just ridiculous. Just do a better job. Just stop trying to rip up the playbook. It's just so unnecessary at every level. We were doing such a good job leading up to sort of 2018 and onwards. It was so much progression. Again, I'll have to restate what I said originally. Southgate was great at the beginning for ripping up the original expectations and for getting, that hump off everyone's backs with, we bottle it in tournaments and we're not good at penalties and there's too many clicks in the dressing room. He cleared it out. He got fresh faces in. We won a penalty shootout against Colombia. We got a lot further in tournaments and that was really, really good. Yeah. But now he's been in the job too long. He's not able to refresh and get another cycle going. He's just stuck. And I just feel so sorry for James Ward-Prowse and Barkley. And I think he's just making lazy decisions going into a tournament. And I think we've got a good enough squad to beat everyone. I think not every match, of course, there's an element of luck that you need, but I think we've got enough quality to beat anyone in the tournament. When you've got sort of Bellingham and Kane who are showing up on their day, two of the best players in the world. Bellingham's obviously one of the best players in the world right now doing it for Real Madrid. And Kane has just scored the most amount of goals in his debut season for Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. I think he's gone over 30 now. We should be doing it. We've got Stones as a centre-half who's just won a treble. Rice, £105 million player. You've got Foden, who a lot of people are saying he might be in for a Ballon d'Or in the future if he keeps going at this rate. You can't have all of these elite talents and not be pushing for major international honours. And I'm just so bored of Southgate. Again.
You're never a guest, Alex. Maybe it was a bad idea for you to start a rant because it's Ian says a new chant for us all. Borough are right. Southgate is shite. Indeed. Right, we're going to have, thank you, by the way, Alex, ladies and gentlemen, for his first Shamed by Stato of the new TTR Friday era. Right, members giveaway now, guys. It is members only, so if you're not a member, the mods will simply remove you. So please do not enter if you are not a member. This is why we like to give some member draws away and give something back to our members as well. This is the prize is a Mrs. Newcastle mug. So there you go, Mrs. Newcastle mug. So if you are a lady or you have a good lady who thinks deserves the, we need basically to win it. You go to type in the comments #pickle, #pickle. In sort of response of Sam's first ever TTR Friday. So #pickle, PICKLE. Get yourselves in for a chance to win. Paul says he's been a member for 11 months now, 12-man Toon. I love the fact that Southgate is heavily linked with the Man United job. So do I.
That would kill two birds with one stone. It would sink Man United, and it would mean England can hire a better manager. That's awesome.
Absolutely. So, members, if you can just keep an eye on that draw while we bring somebody else on. And this is John Sinclair, ladies and gentlemen, who hasn't been on the channel for about 16 years because he's taken some. I mean, be careful, John. They'll be out for you tonight. Seeing you on this channel, mind. The knives will be out, my friend.
Good. Bring it on, man.
Yeah, bring it on.
That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, guys, it's great to see you back, Paul. It's good to see you guys. Alex, it's good to see you as well, mate. And Sam, first time on TTR Friday, I quite believe. And Paul will look after you. And he will, because he is a ledge. I don't
Paul needs looking after.
She's already, dug her nails in tonight. Anyway, what would you like to say, JS?
It's just about this FFP PSR thing. I don't know if you touched on it, right? But I think it needs to be scrapped, to be honest with you, the PSR thing, because you know what it is, right? It's looking after the big six. Everyone knows that, right? And the fact of the matter is, right, I mean, the Premier League is created as a Super League. It's already a Super League with the big six. There were 14 clubs, right, being told, sell your best player to the top six club, It's supposed to be the most competitive league in the world. I don't think it is competitive league in the world, and it's not competitive league in the world. And
what is John? You're not going to say Serie A, are you? Because if you say Serie A, I'm putting you in the penalty box, mate. You're gone.
No.
No, you're right. I mean, it is for the big six. I mean, Sam, it is clearly for the big six until something gets done about this, because now Leicester City are being investigated, yet still nothing has happened to Manchester City.
Yeah, it's quite embarrassingly so as well, because all the questions are being asked, but it's almost like the unsaid truth that we won't go after any of the cartel if they are guilty of the same types of charges. I mean, what was it like? Was it over 150 or something
like that?
Against Man City and their copious amounts of spending, and we talk about, well, it's there to protect teams from going bust, but if the money's there and there's not the risk of that, then surely we can make allowances for spend. I think it makes it really uncompetitive, and there should be a rule built in about that as well. There should be maybe you have to cap teams who've got too much. I don't know.
Yeah. Ian says, thank you for another super chat. He says, John Sinclair is the new James Bond. Something you want to tell us, John?
Not yet. I better do some training, my guy. But
indeed, yes. Are you going to enter the quiz tonight, JS?
Sure will do.
Right. So you need to get 2 correct in a row. So here we go. I've seen the Derek's in the chat as well, by the way. So I think, given his he's been supporting Newcastle since 1892, so he'll probably know everything. But anyway, here we go, John. Your first question is, how many goals did Fabian Schär score in the 2018-19 domestic league season? Was it 7, 5, 4, or 2? It wasn't that.
I don't know if I'm going to get it, man. I'm going to say 4.
You are correct with 4.
Wow.
Well done. Nice guess. Trolls, thank you for gifting the Toon Review membership. That is very kind. And that has gone to... who's it gone to? Mrs. Toon Review. Mrs. Toon Review is being gifted a membership, so she can enter the competition now. #pickle. Save me some postage. Anyway, next question, JS, and this is to win a prize. So Barry Venison left which club to join Newcastle, John? Was it Liverpool, Sunderland, Sheffield United, or Southampton?
I think it might have been Liverpool. I could be wrong.
Is that your final answer, John?
I'd go with it, Liverpool.
You are correct. Ladies and gentlemen, John Sinclair, the first winner of the quiz tonight. He gets a prize. Well done, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Let's see. What has John won?
Was it
John,
the Mrs. Toon review mug? Because that's going to Mrs. You'll upset her.
No. John, you've won a Jackie Milburn signed photo and that, so you can frame that and stick it in your background somewhere.
Thank you very much indeed, man.
Maybe just text us your address, mate, and I'll fire that down to you.
I will do, man.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thanks for coming on, buddy. Nice to see you.
You too. I'll see you again next week. We'll be back on again.
Speak to you soon, buddy. Good night.
See you later.
Yeah.
So there you go. John Sinclair is the first winner. We'll bring somebody else on now quickly before we do the draw, the members draw, and it is Derek. Good evening.
Good evening, folks. How are you getting on?
Not too bad. What would you like to say tonight, Mr. Derek?
Well, almost a perfect segue there, because I'm looking for the perfect scenario to the Eddie Howe reign at Newcastle United.
Right.
And you see where I'm going?
No, because
Southgate the Man U, and gives Eddie the perfect excuse to bow out, still on a high, without losing any cred, and going to England. And I think he would do a fantastic job at England. Although I don't know that it's up his alley. You know, I think he's more of a pitch every day, work with improve the players kind of thing. But wouldn't that be a lovely way to get out of the poison that we seem to be going through in the fan base at the minute?
Interesting point, Alex.
So does that mean you don't want Howe anymore, or?
No, I'm still in the Eddie in camp, definitely. But all I'm saying is, if that were to happen, nobody could really blame him for taking the England job. It's the pinnacle of any English manager's career, surely.
Yeah.
So
you have just, upon saying it though, you've then explained why it won't, because of this managerial style, which I agree with you. I don't think he'd take an international job yet, because I think he's still young enough and he likes being on the training pitch every single day and learning. I think he's got a lot of learning to do. He would probably admit that, because he's learned a lot this season.
Well, I think he's learned a lot this season. Learned an awful lot.
He might be. I think he needs 5 or 10 more years potentially.
Be a nice get out of jail free card for him, but I think he's still got it.
Well put. Yes, I couldn't have put it better myself.
He'd play a lot more attacking football, wouldn't he? So
yeah.
So
I thought that was an opportunity could present itself, is what I'm saying, basically.
Well, Derek, you know what? For once, you made a good point, my friend. I mean, listen, I came on the fan forum the other week and agreed with you, and I can't believe I'm doing it again. But yeah, it's a good shout, because then there's no
you're getting older and wiser, you see, Paul.
Maybe that's the case. Are you taking part in the quiz, Decker?
Why not? Go on.
Right. Your first question. Who made 35 appearances in all competitions in 2013-14? Was it Mapu Yanga Mbiwa, David Santon, Mathieu Debussy, or Mike Williamson?
Debussy.
You've gone with Debussy, yeah? It was Mike Williamson. Derek, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on, matey, and we'll speak soon.
Okay, mate. Ciao.
Bye, mate. So Derek fails. I thought we would have been all night with Derek, but apparently that's not the case.
That's probably why we didn't do very well in Europe, because we qualified and we still have Mike Williamson making that many appearances.
Yeah.
Did you see Derek's background? Is really beautiful bachelor pad there.
Yeah, well, it's
Zebra
changed
print.
a bit. Yeah, he's gone up in the world as Derek. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, I'd definitely not go that far.
No.
Anyway, let's right. Can we see that on the screen?
We can.
Okay, here we go. This is the draw for the Mrs. Newcastle mug. Here we go. And the winner is Mick Jagger. Well, Mick J. Mick J, you have won. Can you put in the chat that you know you've won, please, before we move on? And we will. It's an extremely interesting, photograph there. I mean, that looks like a few years ago, maybe Iron Maiden days or something like that. But please, Mick J, let me know you've won, buddy, before we move on. 12-man tuna teased me twice there. Yeah, it did actually. But unfortunately, it wasn't your night. It wasn't your night. Mick J, you've got 30 more seconds to let us know that you've seen that you've won. There he is. Cheers, thank you. Mick, drop me an email, please. The email address is in the description right at the bottom. It's just pd.toonreview@gmail.com. Send me, and in the subject, if you just put Mrs. Newcastle mug, and then in the mail body of the email, please put your address, and we will get that sent out to you ASAP. So well done, Mick J. You have won the Mrs. Newcastle United mug. Right, before we bring any other on, it is now time for this. This is a segment that I'm going to do about somebody that has almost pushed me over the edge in the past week. It's tickling the time bomb. Yeah. Ninja Paul. Should I play that again just for the laughs?
Please.
And to be fair, it is something that I've wanted to do to this man all freaking week.
The fan base in Asia. Thanks, Paul.
What? Just because I'm doing Ninja Warrior stuff? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, Alex. Are you saying I can't do that ninja stuff? Because I bloody can.
I don't know anymore. I don't know where the line is.
But
it's so confusing.
Wait till you see Sam's for next week. The bottom line is this man, and it's Steve Bruce, ladies and gentlemen. He has almost pushed me over the edge again this week. This man almost caused me to have a heart attack on, well, basically every week that I watch Newcastle United. And, you know, it got me into screaming at the camera for so long. It got my blood pressure sky high. And I did not like it at all. I hated it. I hated Steve Bruce. I hated watching Newcastle United. He was destroying my football club. And now to come out and play the victim again this week, saying, you know, sticking up for Mike Ashley and that the club was well run. You are a fucking joke, Steve Bruce. You are not a manager. You are just an ignorant tosspot who has so much self-belief in himself. You have become a multi-millionaire through being sacked. That is the bottom line. You are a rich man because you failed. You are a failure as a football manager. Good footballer, yes, fine, no problem with that. But as a manager, you are a disgrace. And as a Newcastle manager, disgrace has been too kind to you, my friend. You are rotten to the core. You were Ashley's little bumlicker, and now you're very, very bitter about Newcastle United. So as far as I'm concerned, Steve Bruce, keep your bloody gob shut about our football club now. Go back to Manchester, support the London Reds, and then just stay out of our business because you are an utter fucking toolbox. Thank you very much. Right.
Can I just expand on that just to support
please
your claim? So he mentioned in that about, right, he completely got mixed up about Mitrovic, Rondon, and forgot Jose Perez's name. So you're a disgrace. Yeah. It wasn't that long ago, to be fair. I don't care if you're old, you can't use that as a card. That's a joke. You spent years with these people. Additionally, it was Joe Willock who bailed him out at the end of that season. He inherited a well-run, tactically, defensively sound squad. It was okay originally. And it was Joe Willock on loan that saved him in one of the seasons. Let's not forget that, who scored 8 goals from 3.9 XG, which is alien. Doesn't happen very often at all. He actually broke a few records with that, as I remember rightly. So it was a player that he got on loan, not that he'd developed and trained and coordinated and just from a different club, just came in and started banging goals in. He just subbed him on a few times and went, go on, lad, play a bit further forward. No, I'm not having that. Absolutely ridiculous. He used him as a plan B. It's not like it was structured. It was, and he's claiming for it, and it's a joke. Yep. It's the kind of person that sort of falls on the floor and finds a tenner on the floor. It's like, well, no, you didn't make money today. You got lucky. And he does that. He's done that for all of his clubs recently. The last time I recall him having an even vaguely decent put together side was Hull. And that was 12 years ago. 12. Like, it's beyond a joke. And he picks and chooses the facts to try and make, because there's a lot of national pundits and people that don't, and I don't expect them to know our seasons, the inside and out of every single season. We do as fans, but then he'll just say stuff to random media personalities who don't have enough knowledge to challenge it, because they can't remember who was in the squad in the 20 so-and-so season. They can't remember. Sure. So he gets away with it. And it's disgraceful because they don't bring on anybody to be able to challenge that, and it's a joke. They should have taken callers on that show. They wouldn't have done. They know it'd have been a disaster. But
exactly, the death would have done that.
He's just avoiding certain sections of the truth, and it's I had to expand on that because he's just lying. Like, he's lying by not including the right information. He's including half the information. It's half truths.
Yeah. Cider Eater, that was sent, mate. If you can drop me an email, I'll sort that out for you. Drop me another email and we'll get you something sent out, mate, if you haven't received it. Sam, is there anything you'd like to say about Mr. Bruce?
Yeah, see how you really feel, lads. But I mean, I had my little rant over obviously the shirt distribution. But I think a bit of a question probably back to you both from me is, after obviously Amanda's statement, well, it wasn't a statement, it was in the interview, which I personally absolutely loved, that she called him out on his lack of presence, allowing players to go away, but said essentially what Amanda said, and I'm paraphrasing here, like, we had a manager who didn't want to come to work, which again, we all know to be the case, and allowing players to go away as well. Did he ever actually come out and say that that was not true? Because I know that Amanda issued the apology, but did he actually ever say, "Oh, that was not the case. I was there every single day"? He doesn't defend himself because he can't defend himself.
But it's almost true by, I don't even know what the right word is, purely because of the whole squad being so shocked when Eddie came in. That surely somewhat proves it. We can never be sure. But the fact that they were so shocked by the difference in a lot more training, earlier training, different levels of everything, like, surely that gives a bit more weight to it being possibly true. And then when you get players coming out from his previous clubs he's managed, not just one, you've got 5, 6, 7, 8. If you go and Google it, there's loads of players all over the internet that have absolutely slammed him and called him a joke from loads of different clubs that probably haven't played together. So it's no secret. It's not like a little group that have gotten together who don't like Steve Bruce. These are a lot of players from different clubs who say the same thing. It's funny, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just intrigued whether he's actually had the guts to come out and stand by his own work ethic and go, absolutely not. I was there every single day and I had a great training schedule and this is what it looked like. Nobody's seen any of that. He's just so quick to jump on a bandwagon and say, I am the victim in all of this slander. Is it slander though? Is it? No.
Yeah. Just making excuses. Thomas Pears, thank you for your super chat. Can we see the Billy's beef intro? Not till Billy's on. That is protected by law. Billy has to be on the show for it to play. Trolls, thank you for being a member for 2 years and 2 months. Incredible dedication. Bruce is like that splinter you just can't get rid of. And Jock Bar, a member for 1 year and 1 month. He's another cockroach, just like the FCB. Can't disagree with that at all. Stephen Harker says, I'm disappointed with Jeff Stelling. Thought he kissed his ass. Interesting. Anyway, we are gonna see our channel mascot now. And those guys who are new to this channel, who don't realize that we do have a channel mascot called Daisy the Cow. And she likes to sometimes make an appearance and a bit dance and a bit groove. And a lot of our regulars will know that as soon as she comes on dancing, we get lots of cow emojis in the chat. And they like to have a little bit of a boogie woogie to it. So before we bring our last few guests on to finish off the show, ladies and gentlemen, here is Daisy the Cow. Yes, that's right, Sam. Daisy rides a wrecking ball. She's just an incredible animal. She isn't very happy with Billy's section of the show, which is Billy's beef. It scares her away. But Billy used to have a big affection to Daisy, but she became the channel mascot. Pugs are now taking over as well on the channel, I have to say. Sam's got 3, I've got 2.
We'll have to get the wolf back on the channel at some point.
Yes, indeed.
I do have one interesting point, by the way. I know we're running over a little bit, but it's kind of the theme of we're not very happy with Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley tonight, so it fits. Ipswich Town announced today they've got significant investment from a US-based private equity firm, Bright Path Sports Partners. The investment of up to £105 million secures a 40% stake. Now, if we do some maths on that,
maths on a Friday night.
That's a lot of for 40% stake. That's valuing the club at close to what this club sold for.
Yeah.
So Mike Ashley's a bit of a moron there, isn't he? He's not done a very good business.
Bit of a moron.
Was not good in terms of the football club running, and I think that's fair to say because that it was a big asset that if he'd have managed it better, he could have got a lot of money for us. But because he didn't, Ipswich is kind of worth about what he sold us for. That's how bad he's done. Well, and that's not me having a personal attack on him. I'm saying it's moronic based on the numbers. He messed up. That's his own fault. So,
Roadblock, thank you for your super chat saying Bruce did such a good job for West Brom too. Absolutely he did.
Nearly took him down to League One.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we've got another Mrs. Newcastle mug. Can you still hear me? I'm miles away from the mic.
A little bit.
We have another Mrs. Newcastle mug to give away on the channel tonight. And again, this is members only. So, Sam, you get to decide what hashtag it is. What hashtag would you like for the prize?
Ooh. Adidas.
Oh.
Because it gives me hope.
How do you spell Adidas?
I was just going to say, you put a lot of faith in a lot of people spelling that correctly.
I do apologise, everybody. Alex loves to insult everybody on a Friday night.
Do Kit then. Kit.
K-I-T.
Yes.
Right. Hashtag K-I-T. Look at the Adidas is coming in. It's not Adidas, guys. It's changed.
It's Alex, Kit. It's Kit.
Yes, Alex insulted you all. I do apologise, thinking you couldn't spell. Well, everybody has. It's hashtag Kit, K-I-T, for the members giveaway. Unbelievable, Alex. You were a dog, man. The insults you throw. It is members only, so you do have to be a member to enter, guys. So please do respect that. Right, we've got Jimmy, Lawrence, Ryan, and Barbara. They are the last 4 to join us before the end of the show. So, Jimmy, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Wow, you are definitely looking like Santa Claus all of a sudden.
Well, I'm being nice today. I'm not going to say anything. Sam, your hair looks amazing.
Oh, for God's sake.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Giveaway. Jimmy, what's your point?
He's nice. Stop it.
I think that for once, the U.S. Soccer Federation and the FA now have something in common.
Yep.
And that is the fact that we're realizing that Nike kits are shit.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of. I mean, for me, I'm not. It's a tiny little badge on the back collar. It doesn't. It really hasn't. It hasn't sent me into a state of rage like some people have gone way too far, like the Joey Bartons of this world and things like that. I do understand, but it's. I mean, Sam, where do you stand on it?
I want to see my flag represented on my country's shirt. I do. Yep. I do. I think if I had more context to it, I feel like I'm a little bit in the dark of, well, we want to, represent it and be playful and all of that lovely stuff, and that's fine. And there's a time and a place with it, and we can be, with the the away kit where we've gone for the purple. It's a very similar purple that we actually had for the women's training kit. not the first Euros, the one before. And then it's got the like nice patterning down there. That's playful, but I think when you're playing with a country's identity, because we stand behind a flag, I do think people are taking it too far to an extent, but equally so, I do get why there's quite a bit of frustration around this. I want to be represented by St. George's flag. It's tiny, it's on the back of the neck, but still, that's an important detail for me. I want more context around why that decision's been made.
Interesting. Alex, would you like to say anything on this, or?
I would actually, and I don't normally get involved in these kind of matters. I agree and disagree with it. I think it should be a one-off kit, and that you should have the option. It's a bit like, I really like what Arsenal do. Arsenal do those occasional all white out kits for the knife crime awareness stuff, and that's really cool. But they don't, it's a one-off thing, and it's for a cause. And I think it can be represented, but then also go back and just make the standard shirt that's got the standard country's flag on it, because people want to be represented by that. And I think you can do that, but make it a one-off for a reason, and have a promotion for it and to spread awareness. But don't just force it to be everything, because people do have different opinions. So I'm happy for it to be one-off promotional, to raise awareness about anything, whether it's cancer awareness, the no room for racism stuff, the anti-knife crime stuff, LGBT stuff, whatever you want to promote. Fine, do whatever you want to do, but it should be, it should be that, and then it's the same as how they do everything else. I don't think it should just be ingrained in the kit for the whole thing.
And the fact that it costs 125 quid for one, I mean, it's outrageous.
Yeah, but I think that would have been the same with or without that feature.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a ridiculous price. I think the price upsets me more than the flag, but I understand. Jimmy, are you in for the quiz tonight, or do you want to shout at children again?
No shout at children. I just wish you'd have gave John Sinclair a blow-up doll for his prize. I mean, he probably needs another day.
I don't have any blow-up dolls to give away, Jimmy. I don't know what kind of man you think I am.
So
right.
Let's go.
Your first question. How many appearances did Frank Clark make in all competitions? Was it 487, 457, 431, or 375?
375.
Even Tom doesn't know that without looking.
457. Jimmy, thank you very much for coming on, buddy.
I always sucked at this game anyway.
Well, try again next week, mate. You never know. Stay safe, matey. Stay healthy. See you soon.
Bye,
good night,
Jimmy.
buddy. Bless him. He never does well at quizzes, Jimmy. He's got a terrible record of quizzes.
Can
anyway,
I do some quiz questions?
Sorry?
Can I do some quiz questions?
No. Not tonight. Maybe it's next week. Maybe. Anyway, Lawrence, good evening.
All right, everyone.
Not too bad, matey. Do you have a point to make, or do you want to go straight to the quiz?
I thought I'd talk about maybe a bit of reactions from last weekend. I mean, I know the performances haven't been good enough lately, but, I'm just seeing people say, the season's over, after the last couple of games. But, yeah, all right, as we said, the performances haven't been good enough. They need to step up. The players need to step up because they're better than what we've shown. And, the bottom, the news, that'll be a setback. But I suppose Lascelles, I've got faith in him to step in.
Yeah.
But what people need to remember is we've got West Ham at home next weekend, and we beat them, which is definitely possible. We're only a point behind them, and potentially if Wolves and Brighton lose, we're up to 8th place, which could be good enough for Europe.
I like your optimism.
And of course, if we do beat them, that's if we beat them, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll also have the game in hand. I mean, I'm not looking forward to the reactions if they were to come up and get the win.
Don't even talk like that. No. It'll be awful. It'll be absolutely awful if we lose at home to West Ham. Anthony Stafford, thank you for gifting 5 memberships, mate. That's really, really kind. Will there be outrage? I mean, what kind of outrage, Sam, if we lose to West Ham?
Do you know what? I think it'll be relatively balanced, actually. I think we're browbeaten. I'm certainly browbeaten at the moment. I feel battle weary almost from the run that we've had. Like, would it be that much of a shocker to expect it? You know, West Ham's in relatively okay, decent form at the moment. I don't think it's going to blow anybody's minds that, you know, if we were to. God forbid, I certainly don't want that, and I hope that we can pull it out the bag. But we are, you know, we just I hate saying luck, but my goodness, we have been so unlucky this season. I don't know what I mean. Probably a question back to yourselves. What would it take to actually pull us out of this lull? Now we're all looking towards the future horizon of, oh, it's going to be summer. We're going to have that Adidas money, and we're going to be sponsoring training kits in the training ground. But actually, what is it going to take? Because if we have to work with what we've got, is it a motivation factor? Is it tactics? Because I think we can all remember the player positions last week and how well that went for Eddie. So, and by the way, I know that I said after the last match reaction, I had both arse cheeks over the Eddie out fence, waiting to throw my foot over. Yeah. I'm firmly back in the middle and quite balanced with it now, because it's sort of like the passion subsided, but I really don't know what it's going to take to get us to the end of the season in what's not going to be an embarrassing place.
Time will tell.
Just play as well as we can, and because we're better than what we've shown, and you know, actually, I mean, I don't usually like having international breaks right after a defeat because I want to usually put things right, but this has again come at a good time for us. You know, just regroup. Hopefully, the lads going out to Dubai will help, and you know, we don't get so much bad luck in the with the players on international duty. Yeah. And you know, just
what do you think about them playing in Australia as well, though?
I'll be honest, I think, you know, it's more, you know, a global thing. Like, hopefully it'll help with revenue. Because really, I don't really understand, to be honest.
That's all it's for. It's for money.
Yeah. I just don't really understand the point of like end of season friendlies, because pre-season, you need to get fitness back. You need them to help work out potentially, you know, what tactics you're going to use for the season, like who's going to start on the opening day. But end of season friendly, I mean, I just think the players, they're not going to be so fun.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, especially the guys who potentially go into the Euros or the Copa America.
Absolutely. Yep.
I just think we're made of glass. We should be wrapping the lads in bloody bubble wrap rather than
get some sun on them. Anyway, are you taking part in the quiz, Lawrence? Are you gonna have a go?
Yes.
Well, you've got a stinker of a first question, matey. I do apologise. Here we go. How many goals did Colin Veach score in all competitions for Newcastle United? Was it 22, 38, 49, or 55?
55.
It was 49, Lawrence. I do apologise, matey. Close, but not close enough. Right, thanks for coming on, matey.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. So we've got 2 left, and then the show ends. Our penultimate guest is Barbara.
Good evening, Paul.
Barbara, where are you? You look like you're in the bloody
I'm at the church. I'm at the church, yeah.
You're really in a church, or is it a green screen?
No, it's actually a background.
Oh, right. Okay.
The last time I was on, Sam was being interviewed for a job.
Yes. Yes, he was.
The two of us were on screen, and she was the one that was picked. I'm mad about that. That should have been
me. She was.
No, sell down.
I'm only joking. You made the right choice. There. But she did a great job, and I love her.
Thank you.
Well, she's all right.
I was just hard.
Shut up,
let's just say that anyway. But now I just want to talk about the getting rid of Isaac and buying another striker. What's the point in getting rid of a striker and buying another one?
Well, I
have
think
a perfectly good striker, you know.
I think, Barbara, what it is it's the money, isn't it? It's the FFP. You know, if they can get a lot of money for Isak, that enables them to buy not just one player, but maybe a couple, 2 or 3. So what was that? Alex, you're laughing. Was that
it
you?
It wasn't me. My mic was off at the time.
So was mine.
Somebody squeaked.
That wasn't me.
It was a fish bubble or something.
It was a fish bubble, or it wasn't a pump. It sounded like a notification on a mobile phone somewhere along the line. But yeah, I think that's what it's for, Barbara. It's basically just to try and accommodate FFP.
I suppose if one of them is going to go, I prefer to keep Bruno, of course. Yeah.
Well, if it came to Bruno and Isak, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we've still seen the best of Isak yet, have we, Alex?
No, definitely not. I tell you what, before we went live, a few people said that Isak was injured, so I had a little look to try and find out whether that was true.
Yeah.
And I saw a load of Arsenal fans complaining about Isak, like, oh, he's not even a 15-goal a season striker. It's like, he's on 12 now. He's had quite a lot of injuries, and he's on 12. We've got quite a lot of games left of the season. He's going to hit at least 15, I would say. Do we back him to score 3 more by the end of the year? I should bloody hope so.
Yeah.
He's been out as much as he's played. He's been out so much this season. Like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's made, 20 appearances this year? 20-ish apperances.
Not enough.
Exactly 20 appearances.
Not enough, really, but...
In the Premier League specifically, considering how many games have we played? 28, 29, 28, something like that. So he's only missed 8, but bearing in mind these are appearances, not starts. So he's actually made 17 starts, 20 appearances. So we could have done with a bit more, maybe another 5 or 6 starts out of him. Ideally, would have been nice.
I guess, Barbara, that time will tell in the summer. Is if a bid comes in for him, what do we do? But it's a good point. It's a good point. Are you taking part in the quiz?
I am, yes.
Right. Okay. Absolutely. Your first. It sounds like dripping water. Surely somebody heard that. It does
sound like a water drip.
I think the Sistine Chapel's leaking behind you, Barbara.
Don't think so.
Anyway, your first question is: which player appeared in 45 matches? Alex, I know it's you.
My mic's not on. It's not me.
It's not me.
Anyway, which player appeared in 45 matches in 2016-2017? Is it Jamal Lascelles, Paul Dummett, DeAndre Yedlin, or Kieran Clark?
Can you say them names again?
Jamal Lascelles, Paul Dummett, DeAndre Yedlin, or Kieran Clark?
It says Lascelles.
You're going with Lascelles. It was Paul Dummett, Barbara.
Was it Dummett, was it?
It was. But thank you very much for coming on, and I'd go and get that water leak fixed.
It's been a pleasure.
Take care, always. Barbara.
Bye.
Good night.
I've just had a look at Isak's, Sweden's game against Portugal. They got absolutely destroyed. 5-2. They're all on shocking ratings. They had played a 4-2-3-1, and I actually liked the attack. It was Elanga, Isak, Kulusevski behind.
They had an awesome strike force, and it just didn't happen.
Isak didn't have a single shot. There's a 10, which is concerning.
Yeah,
I think they got overrun in midfield there massively. You've got Kajust and Svanberg against Bruno Fernandes, Polinia, and Mateus Nunez.
What a name that is! Right, let's before we bring our final guest on, let's do the draw for this Mrs. Newcastle mug. Here we go. Let's see who is going to be the winner as the names fly through. And it is Russell Smith. Russell Smith, you have won. Russell, can you get in the chat, please, and tell us you have won? You have 1 minute to do so, or we move on and draw it again.
I want to make a little bit of put a question out there, because we talk about, I have like anxiety over Bruno going anywhere. Ideally, we don't want to sell any of our top people, but when we do talk about selling our top players, it's like, oh well, for the sake of one top quality player that'll bring in a high price tag, we can actually get 3 quality players in. But I kind of worry about the sort of level of what quality we're getting. We're taking a sort of a level quality here, and we're getting 3 at a base level. Are we saying that is going to baseline the team because we're actually going to have more balance in terms of team distribution? Or are we happy to sort of say, well, bye-bye, because we just want to buy some lesser quality players, but actually have more distribution across the pitch?
That's a good question.
It's a question we will be answering very soon on the show.
Well, there you go, son. There you
Lovely.
go. There you go. Right. Well, Russell has been in the chat and he is there. So if you can send me your address, email me your address, please. Put in the subject, Mrs. Newcastle Mug, and then in the main part of the email, your address, and we'll get that sent off to you, Russell. No problems at all. Right. Our final guest of the night is an utter twat. Good evening, Ryan.
Hey guys, nice to meet you, Sam. Virtual handshake.
Hey, Ryan.
Never mind all this virtual handshake and hi, Ryan, and all this garbage. You are responsible for a pylon at the start of this show. You
What
and
did
your
I do?
dungeon.
I didn't do anything.
You
You
lit the
were
match.
the instigator. Yeah, you did.
Simply messaged my new fashionable glasses, which by the way, Mrs. Toon Review picked out for me. So you have an apology to make to her, because if she ever does find you, she will kill you.
It's hard being the most fashionable French Canadian.
Oh, look at him sitting there in his stupid Nike
That
jumper in his
can't be
dungeon.
hard. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, it can't be. You lot eat beavers, right? There is a problem with that straight away. You eat beavers and then you wear them as hats and gloves after you've gutted them. Disgrace.
Do you eat
I don't
beavers?
do
Is
that.
that true?
He does eat
no.
beaver.
That's the
Do you eat
people in the
beaver?
Northwest Territories. Not when you're Ontario like me.
Marmalade on a maple leaf.
Exactly.
Maple syrup on a maple leaf.
Yes, you eat some very, very stupid things, Ryan. Anyway, what would you like to say tonight, apart from insulting me?
To be honest, it's more to elaborate on Sam's point about selling one high quality player for a few others. Like for me, I'm not for that. Like people want to bring up the whole West Ham thing. Like they sold Declan Rice and they got Alvarez and James Ward-Prowse. Like not for me. Like I get it. Like if Bruno wants to go to Madrid,
As well.
like, we can't stop. Yeah, that too. We can't like just stop these players from like achieving like to go to the biggest clubs in the world. But also, if he wants to stay here, we don't just sell him. We keep him and we build a squad around him. And it's a risk selling him and think, oh, we'll get guaranteed quality with the money. But regardless of that, like any kind of transfer you make as a gamble, why would you want to gamble even more with losing your best player, best midfielder, or crucial player in our team?
It's a good point.
I've got to reply to this because I'm preparing a show about something similar to this. So, right. So if you think about everybody who's pumped a lot of money in recent years, you've got Villa, and the reason they're not in trouble right now is because of the Grealish sale. It's over 100 mil. You've got West Ham who have been able to start reinvesting. A, they did quite well in the league table for a couple, 2-3 years on the trot. B, they sold Rice. So those two are in the clear for those reasons. The teams that didn't have that, they didn't sell a top prospect, such as your Everton and your Forests that have just thrown money around, are now being punished for it, and your Leicesters. And that was poorly reinvested. So sort of recent history leads you to believe we've got to pick one of those paths, which is either sell £100 million player-ish or risk a breach. Unless there's a third option, which is what the show is going to be about. But that seems to be the school of thought that everybody's in at the moment. But unless we do it very carefully, but it means we have to nail every single transfer. We can't have any more Chris Woods. Sorry, Chris Wood, I know you scored a hat-trick against us, but we have to get a better hit rate on transfers. We can't be signing people that get suspended for a season. We can't be like signing people that are going to get injured loads. If we're going to do this without going down one of those two paths, our hit rate has to be exceptional. And that's really freaking hard to do. So we need to get a director of football in right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say the same thing, that because that's going to be instrumental to us nailing it, because of all the options that you've just stated there, The third one sounds good, and I don't even know what it is because I don't want to see the likes of. I don't want to see.
Well, we'll go
Isaac
over it backstage.
Bruno
But
go.
it's a surprise for everybody else.
Ooh.
Interesting. By the way, our viewers are simply disgusting. The amount of beaver comments that have come in since we mentioned eating beaver is disgraceful. You should all hang your heads in absolute shame. Disgraceful.
You're in more shame of it over me. I don't care.
What on earth was that?
That was a pug. That was my pug.
It wasn't a beaver, don't worry.
Maybe it was.
By the way, Burn Courtable says, what is the difference between Ontario and yogurt? Yogurt has an active culture.
Oh, that's amazing.
What?
Ouch.
I'm not repeating it right. It was too funny.
I don't get it.
Jam Stasher says, you English don't know what you're missing. Pour maple syrup on beaver tail. Delicious. Yeah.
I'm game.
Whatever. Right. Ryan.
I
Your
will
quiz
participate.
questions. Yes, you will. Right. Your first question is as follows. Which player was shown 2 red cards in the 2003-04 Premier League season? Was it Andy Griffin, Olivier Bernard, Andy O'Brien, or Titus Bramble?
I'm going to go with Titus Bramble.
It was Andy O'Brien. So there you go. You failed again. And I'm so bloody happy about that. It's a perfect way to end the show. Seriously, mate, thank you for coming on, Ryan. Take care out there, and we'll speak soon, buddy.
See you guys.
See you soon. So there you go. That is TTR Friday, all done and dusted. Now, if you want to continue your laughs for the start of the weekend, head over to PD Proudlock's channel. His football show is well underway now over on his channel. So if you want some good laughs, go and head over there. If you're easily offended, I wouldn't go. But I just thought I'd put that out there for Peter's sake. So if you want a good laugh, go and see Peter's channel. But thank you very much for watching tonight, guys. It's been a great show. Really enjoyed that one. More to come every Friday night, of course, now. More giveaways, etc. More daft quizzes, more daft insults from Sam and Alex thrown towards me. Disgraceful, really, but you know, we move on. Don't forget as well, we have Patreon, which some brilliant podcasts on there as well. So for £5 a month, you get extra access to more podcasts away from the camera from the Toon Review. So we've got brilliant stuff on there, as you can see, transfers, reactions, legends, and of course, Newcastle United history, all on Patreon. The link for that is down in the description. It really does help the channel, guys. It's another way of supporting us as well. But there's some brilliant content on there. But thank you very much for all your super chats, memberships, gifted memberships. Mods, thank you very much. Sam, Alex, thank you so much for your company tonight. And thank you to everybody that came on. And well done to all the winners tonight. I'll be back at 2:15 tomorrow afternoon with the cup final for the Newcastle United women. How are the lasses? And then Billy and Alex will be back tomorrow night with another live match day live. Of course, England against Brazil. But until then, have a great rest of your Friday night, folks, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.
Away the lads and lasses.
Yeah.
Come back and check out some green.